25, part 2 coming at y'all. This NBA sprinkled in with a little bit of baseball at the back end. Off season is kind of in full swing. We're already getting off season signings. Yeah, for real. 3 big ones to be exact. But we're going to start off. It's majority NBA focused, and we're going to start off right now with two of the more hottest players in the NBA at the moment, Devin Booker and Anthony Davis. Which one of the two do we feel should be more in the MVP conversation? Obviously, Luka and Steph are kind of the 2 front runners. Giannis is in there as well still, but between D-Book and AD, who we got?
I'm not, this is not even a disrespect to him or anything like that, but it's just because he's been putting up godly numbers just because he's been putting up the numbers the last 3 games.
But
yeah.
Whoa. No, but just because he's been putting up numbers the last 3 games, I'm not going to overreact. I think it's Devin Booker you have to put into the MVP conversation. He has to get more love. Right now, he's at 28 and a half points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 6 assists, and he's leading his team 16-8, number 1 in the West right now. Does Anthony Davis deserve to be in that conversation? I think when he shows that he can actually play more than 65 games, I think then he can be in that conversation.
So next year.
Yeah. Devin Booker has just steadily rose and, through the ranks as a player, grown as a player, thanks to CP3 as well, and obviously the cast around him. But I'm just saying as part of that maturation process. I just think he needs to he just needs to get more love at this point. And he can really carry a team. He's been balling out as we discussed before. I just don't think Anthony Davis, again, the numbers are great. The team is but I just don't think he deserves the MVP conversation more than Devin Booker at this point in time.
You got to remember which sport we're talking about.
Right.
It's the NBA.
I'm gonna go against Danny here.
Oh.
I got to.
Nice.
I got AD, man. He's averaging in his last 5, dude. He's averaging 28, 13, 2 blocks. He's shooting. His true shooting is 65%. He's got 4 assists in there as well. He shoots 83% from the free throw line.
Did you get all that, Danny?
For a big man, 33% from deep. Can't complain. And I mean, if they continue to use AD, if LeBron continues to play with AD the way he's been playing, like they did against Washington, that mid-post pick and roll where Bron is just lobbing it up to 8, nobody's stopping that.
They want to chip off of that shit.
Right. Nobody's stopping that. And now if AD can continue to be that number 1 like he's been doing, I can see him running away with it. Because right now I actually looked it up. I looked up like the top 5. And right now they got Steph,
Luka,
Tatum,
Joker,
and Giannis.
Tatum, I think Tatum's
are like right neck and neck. So dude, it's just hard. It's hard to not go with the big guys.
There's a lot of players I think that are really deserving.
Yeah, KD's getting slept on a lot too. His numbers are pretty similar to Steph, efficiency numbers similar to Steph, and he's not getting any buzz.
I think
same record too.
Right now, if we stick it just to D-Book and AD, I feel like AD is on a lesser team doing a hell of a lot more.
Correct.
I think when you look at all of the stats and the efficiency and the fact that he's staying on the court a lot more than he has in the last few years, man, it's tough. It's tough to argue. There was the graphic, I think ESPN, Sports Center, one of them too, put it up there where they compared, Giannis's season numbers versus where AD's at right now. And AD's blown him out of the water by at least 1 or 2 points in each spot, and that was Giannis's his MVP season. So it's tough to argue. Obviously, we are only 24 games in for most teams, 25. So we still got about 60 more to go.
Yes.
We're going to really see once we get down 50 plus games in if he's still hovering around those numbers, but there's no reason to see why he wouldn't, because I think the Lakers have figured out now, starting 2-10 and they're 8-3 now. They did just drop a game tonight, that when they run the offense through AD is when they're the most successful.
Correct.
So I don't see, when you look at that roster, it's not good. So I think with AD kind of being that front driving force for that team, the numbers aren't going to really dip. So I don't see why he can't finish in the top 3 at least. I think I still stand by it's Luka's award to lose.
Yes,
That's my opinion. It's his award to lose.
absolutely.
If
Absolutely.
Steph keeps up this, it's going to be tough. Them 2-1-2. I think Tatum's a dark horse. I think D-Book deserves to be in the conversation, but I think AD at the moment is just. I mean, man, he's fucking balling, dude. And it's on both sides of the court. It's so fucking tough to argue that, in my opinion, right now.
Okay. V, what you got?
Well, weirdly enough, I'm gonna agree with Danny. I feel like we rarely
Hey.
agree.
That's
But if
tough.
the season were to end today, there's no
It's the winning.
Yeah, it's the NBA. That's why I mentioned
The
this earlier.
politics of it.
This ain't
Yeah.
baseball. You can't be on a bad team and win MVP.
But again, if they end up,
if he continues playing at this level or close to it, because
he wasn't healthy for the majority of them.
Yeah, and I don't think this level is fully sustainable. I mean, like 35 and 15 damn near average. Like that's not fully sustainable, but if he continues to be around 30 and 10ish, and they climb up their playoff board, get into those like that 6th spot, 5th spot, I think it's totally possible. But as of right now, I think between the two, it's definitely Booker. And I think with the Suns, you got to consider how much time Chris Paul has missed, how much time Cam Johnson has missed. They've had no Jay Crowder.
Don't matter, bro.
Like
it don't matter. The Suns are good.
They're a good
Top to
regular
bottom.
season team.
They're a hell of a lot fucking better than the Lakers are.
Top to bottom, they're so much better. I feel like I don't know. I'm kind of cutting you off.
That's the politics. That's the politics though of the NBA right there. Like being Vito are on it. It's like if Devin Booker is playing the way he's playing, let's say he sticks around his averages.
Now,
he's going to be in the top 3, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be
him, 4.
Tatum and Luka probably, but Luka's again 9th seed, 12 and 11.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why people are knocking his, even though he's putting up like 33.99. Like,
but see, here's my thing, and I'm glad you said that. If you take Luka off the Mavs, are the Mavs good?
No, the Mavs are
terrible.
No, they're awful. Right. If you take AD off the Lakers, are the Lakers good?
No, they're terrible.
If you take D Book off the Suns, are the Suns good?
They're mid.
They're mid. But again, you said terrible.
They're not terrible.
Yeah.
They're mid.
Right?
Dude, but they have
still,
campaign and
still
D8.
better
That's
than the other 2 teams, and that's how I believe the most valuable player should be seen. You are the most valuable player to your team and in the league. If you get taken off your team is not doing shit.
Yeah, but that's in a perfect world.
Right.
But that ain't gonna happen in the politics.
Exactly, not in the politics.
Mikey's poking my MVP basketball funny bone right now, dude. When I went on that rant earlier.
By earlier,
that
you
shit
mean
fucking kills
like
me.
20 episodes ago?
That shit kills me.
Yeah, but I think we all make valid points though. But again, at the end of the day, though, it does come down to winning.
They don't give it to the fucking MVP, which is what's so stupid.
Yeah, and there's weird things of like voter fatigue some years, and some years it seems like they fall back to the guy who won it last year,
or they try and make up for a mistake, like we discussed before.
I see that with the coaching.
Jokic gets another one, I'm done.
No, he can't. His numbers are down across the board.
I'm off it, bro.
Lucas to lose.
It's just like, dude, they're just giving people back-to-back MVPs like it's nothing nowadays. It feels
if Luka can just get him into avoid the play-in, they'll be fine.
The MVP award in basketball is starting to feel like when you watch like UFC or boxing, where the champ, all they have to do is retain their belt. They just got to do enough to, whereas the other guy's got to outright win.
Yeah,
that's how it feels like.
I got you.
Yeah. Still mad Kobe didn't get it over Nash. Still mad Kobe didn't get it over Nash.
Hey, RIP Kobe for that one.
First or the second?
Rest in peace, my man.
Both.
Lower Marion, baby.
But the next one that we're gonna be getting into now. So obviously one of CC's very high on this player coming back. Jamal Murray. So he's starting to pick it up a little bit. Right now in the season, he's about 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. They're number 4 in the West at 14-9. If Jamal Murray at least continues to provide that consistency, continue to level up his game throughout the season and get his legs back under him, are the Nuggets for real?
Oh yeah, 100%. I still think he needs to definitely level up. I was glad you mentioned that at the end of that, because I do think he's still missing a little bit. He doesn't got them true legs under him, like you said. But yeah, I think when he gets back to where he was pre-injury, they're a fucking problem, dude. I 100% agree. And
if we get
MPJ hasn't
Bubble
played a
Murray-
little bit. He's been out too.
If they can get Bubble Murray back,
Oh,
I
dude,
think they
they're a
got the-
fucking
I
problem.
think they got the West. If they get Bubble Murray back,
Mhm.
they got the West.
Because I think Joker has evolved his game so much from when
Yeah.
they were in the bubble.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, he's
also in better shape than he was in the bubble by a mile.
I mean, when you look at what the Nuggets the last 2 seasons, what they've been missing is somebody to actually play off of Jokic. Because when it comes playoffs,
yeah.
teams just focus him. It feels like a Titans a little bit.
Mhm.
Yep.
Stop Derrick
yeah.
Henry, stop Nikola Jokic, and the game's over. Like that's why they
Stop
keep
the
losing
Joker, game's
5.
over.
They
Yes,
keep
sir.
losing in 4. So,
Okay.
but yeah, Jamal, man, I think Vitor's gonna pull out more stats. I know he's got him on his fantasy team, but
Mhm.
Yeah, I
he's
got
definitely been peaking a little bit, or not peaking, but like getting more
Yeah, and we've
consistent,
seen
getting those
signs
numbers
of, like-
increase a little bit. The efficiency's going up a little bit.
Yeah, I
Although
feel
in
you
the
on that
beginning of
one.
the season, the dude couldn't buy a bucket.
Yeah.
I was watching
Yeah.
this man shoot like 20%. Him and Trey both. I was like, oh, I just gave up.
Yeah.
But over the last month, he's averaging 20 and 6 with 4 rebounds, 2 threes a game. He's shooting over 40% from 3 on the season. He's averaging a steal. All his numbers are pretty close to what his over the last month or so. His numbers are close to his pre-injury averages. And so, if he just can get back on that track of that and that trajectory he was on beforehand, where he was
Right.
climbing, right? Similar to I think a Donovan Mitchell around that time was around
he'll be
20
back there, I
pointer,
think.
and now he's a 25-point guy. So I think it's like what Christian said. They needed somebody who could run the offense and who can score and create and just not allow teams to
It's
just
not even. I
put
don't
their
even think
whole-
it's creating as much as it's creating for him. Like
Yeah.
they have no one
create
else
for
on
him
that team
themselves.
that they
Yes.
can give the ball to and just say, "Give me a bucket."
But also,
Yep.
I think the fact
You don't
that
think MPJ can get you a bucket?
not
Not in the way that Jamal Murray can.
not in the here's the ball off the inbounds.
I
Get a
still
bucket
feel
because they're
Jamal
gonna
is
take
more of is
yeah.
best as that catch and shoot off the screen 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
Can
And,
slash a little, but
MPJ's hurt anyway again. So
what else is new?
That his draft stock threw me off. I was surprised when he got drafted because he had a back thing that
Yeah.
kept him
college,
out.
yeah.
and he
But
still got drafted.
But at that point too, the Nuggets were banking on, okay, if he can stay healthy here and there, we already have a solid team
He's
to
the
put with.
perfect
That's
complement
why.
to Jokic.
yeah, and if you look at he's one of those players. If you look at his numbers with and without Jokic on the floor, he's one of the ones who suffer the most when Jokic doesn't play because again, he's not a create his own offense type of guy. He needs somebody to get him. He'll get open off of screens and stuff, and he needs somebody to find him.
Jamal's that guy they can clear out. They can go to at the end of the game.
200 mil?
No.
Oh God, no.
No, I would have. It's one of those
That is
we talk.
blasphemous.
I've mentioned this a
Not to
million
steal
times.
Stephen A's word, but
Yeah.
that is blasphemous.
I've mentioned this a million times as we've done this podcast. NBA, you have to pay the guy because his contract. It's just
Yeah,
the
if you
trade
don't,
piece
somebody
is,
will.
Yeah, the trade piece is valuable in that sense, and you are forced to overpay for players. It's just how it works.
I
But,
thought
like-
that was when I heard it, I was like, man, that is a lot of money for potential.
Like
It's
it's
not
a
even-
prime position. Like he's in that wing spot. Like that's
Yeah.
the prime position for
And
basketball.
when he's
right now,
hot,
but
he's one of the best scorers. But
Oh, dude, he's pulling it in front of anybody's face.
yeah,
he don't
he's a
care.
scorcher. He's a scorcher.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's not even just the fact of like betting on his potential. It's betting on his health because he just had another back surgery, right?
Yep. Last season. Yeah.
And now he's got a heel injury that he's got no timetable. They're not disclosing much information.
I've heard that
He plays only one side of the floor. He doesn't defend. He's not a good.
Yep.
Nowhere near a good defender.
Exactly.
So, and I think we saw it a lot as Bulls fans when people were talking about should we sign Zach, should we max him, blah blah blah. People were bringing up all these arguments, but with Zach, we've seen it over the course of many years, and he's gotten better. Michael Porter getting this off his rookie contract is crazy.
It's crazy. It's insane. I think I'm in the same with you guys. I think the Nuggets are for real. We talked about even during the preseason when we were looking at our favorites and even our dark horses. They're one of the deepest teams in the league.
I think most of us had him top 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I believe when
Pretty
we
sure.
did do our West portion, we at least had them at least 1 through 6. We had them for sure making the playoffs. It was just a matter of what spot that they were actually in. I think that again they're one of the deepest teams in the league. another person that you can actually rely on. Again, we talked about it, Aaron Gordon. You can't really rely on a game-to-game basis. It just really depends. He'll either pop off a 30-piece or he will give you a 6-point, 6-rebound game, and he's going to have no effect on it. Jamal Murray's
It's like the most accurate thing we've said between both episodes.
Jamal Murray is the key for them to get to an NBA final. If he does not get to at least close to what he was, I don't think that they'll make it, and it'll just be same thing year after year. We've talked about it with many teams. It's like, well, what if we did this? What if we did that? What if this person was healthy? That's the only way the Nuggets are going to be contenders, is if Jamal Murray can stay healthy. I don't even really think you need MPJ healthy. I think Jamal Murray is more important to it helps,
It
but I
opens
think
up a hell of a lot more space.
but Jamal Murray is the more important piece to that team than MPJ.
Oh, 100%. I
opinion.
just think when you're looking at the team in terms of winning a championship and competing for a championship, the rest of the roster, there's a lot of good complementary pieces, and I think guys like Bones has been really good this year.
They're not using him though, bro.
His
minutes have
used,
gone down.
Yeah, he was being used
for
a
some
lot,
reason.
and then his minutes have been going down. I think he had an injury or he got sick or something, and after that, I think he came back a little rocky, and then he started losing his minutes.
Yeah,
Bruce Brown's been really good for them.
Which is typical.
Bruce Brown's been really good for them. But again, I think you look at that team and you're like, outside of Jokic and Jamal, the offense is very much dependent on getting open off the back of those two, even with Michael Porter. So
yeah, bro, he's such a flamethrower when he's healthy.
Yeah, exactly, bro. But obviously, we'll see what happens with that. We'll be keeping an eye on it. We'll definitely be getting into, especially later in the season, how everything pans out. Especially with certain players or with certain teams and how they're really doing. So next thing that we're gonna be getting into, we'll talk about this one here real quick. Want to throw this in. We kind of touched on MVPs, obviously, a little bit with Devin Booker and AD. But who is your MVP right now in the quarterway as we are in the quarter of the season so far? We can go real quick with this. We can give a little explanation, name explanation, then we'll kind of go along with it that way and then jump into our next segments here. But who is your MVP right now through a quarter of the season so far? Mikey, I'm gonna start out with you, bro.
I gotta go with the Don, man. I gotta go with Luka. He's a beast. He's a do-it-all guy. He's like, I'm not gonna compare him to LeBron James, but on a stat sheet, you can kind of look at him and be like, yo, young Bron, here we go. He's getting assists, he's getting rebounds, he's getting points. He's doing it at a high clip. He's doing it day in and day out against the best defenders. He's seeing doubles. He's eating doubles. He doesn't care. He don't care. He gets into that mode, and once you see that little grimace face that he does, the little smug face that he does, it's over with. Like you're good as doing what Steph does. Good night. It's ball game for you. Luka's that man. I just can't see nobody doing anything else. And like I said earlier, you take Luka off the Mavs ain't nothing. He's doing it by himself.
He is the Mavs,
He is the Mavericks. Imagine if he had a big that could run the pick and roll with him.
Well, he does. He just doesn't get minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, Christian. I liked Christian Wood in Houston. I feel like he's more of a system player. You got to put a big that can
put AD on Dallas.
Oh my God! Put AD on Dallas. It's over with. It's over with for the league. Dallas got it. Put it on. Put it on a shirt.
That'd be fucking terrifying.
Put it on a shirt. Put it on a hat.
See who you got. Who's your MVP right now?
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, we've all been saying it.
I'm going Luka. It's tough. I think the argument at the moment would be the record at the moment. They are sitting 9th, but with the West being 5.5 games between the 1 seed Suns and the 13 seed Lakers.
It's all close again, like we
dip
talked
off
about.
there between the bottom two teams.
They can win a back-to-back and jump into
into 7, 8.
Yeah,
so
6th.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. They could jump. No, they could jump up into 4th on the back-to-back.
Yeah,
it's 3.5 to 1.5 back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, essentially, the record to me doesn't matter right now. Again, we'll see more how that pans out towards the middle half of the season. But yeah, man, he's fucking ridiculous. And Vitor pointed out his stat. The defense has picked up. He's averaging almost 2 steals and 1 block a game.
Yeah.
So he is legitimately doing it all.
Yeah, he's doing everything.
He's filling up this stat sheet.
In 3 of his last 5 games, he's got more points than minutes.
More
41 points in 39 minutes, 30 points in 29 minutes, 33 points in 29 minutes. And then the other games
So
are
efficient.
35 points in 41 minutes and 27 points in 35 minutes. So it's not like
Yeah.
you want to talk about efficient. He is shooting 51% on the season.
Dude's damn near averaging 2 points per minute.
And that, but for somebody whose usage rate is
Through the roof right now.
spherically
Historical.
high, like
All right. So it's a clean sweep for Luka, at least for you guys. I'm going with
don't even.
my MVP right now is
Why
actually
are you
Jayson
so
Tatum.
bad?
Of course, it's gonna be
JT.
Jayson Tatum.
Jayson Tatum.
That's tough to
Jayson
argue
Jaylen
with
Brown
Tatum.
played better
MVP.
than him in the finals.
But look,
But
this
that's your
is the
And in their
step that
last
this
game.
is the step that we talked about. JT really taking and showing that he is that next player, especially over this next decade. Obviously, we have to see how he goes in the playoffs, but the MVP award is a regular season award, as we've discussed before. But he is averaging 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 4.5 assists, and his team is first in the East right now at 20-5.
Danny,
So-
Danny, listen, answer me this.
All right, go ahead.
Is Jayson Tatum a better player than Luka Doncic?
Right now. You hesitated. That means no. Get out.
I plead the fifth. What's the next segment that we got
Get
going?
him out of here, coach. Get him
Our
out
only
of
argument
here.
is 20-5, but we're only 24 games in.
Can
Hey.
any player that has 40% of their losses to the Chicago Bulls really be MVP?
All right. Luka for
The only
MVP.
team we can
I'm
beat.
sorry, Luka. So the next thing we're gonna get into now. So we're gonna kind of get into some fringe NBA teams. We're just gonna go through this one here. So I got about 5 teams. We already talked about the Bulls last week. We already know what they need to do. We discussed it. Fortunately, so we were holding that off for about quarter way through the
rid of a
season. It was a
bunch,
hard, yeah. For them, we already know they gotta retool, rebuild around that. That was our consensus around here. So some fringe NBA teams right now. We got the Heat, got the Knicks, got the Mavs, Wolves, and Lakers. They're kind of in that play-in range right now, not completely knocked out, but not completely out of it or anything like that. So what we're going to kind of discuss, and we'll each go one by one here, just kind of say whether they need to make a move, what kind of moves they need to make to be a contender. The Miami Heat, what kind of move do they need to make to be a contender? The rumor mill is kind of going crazy that they're willing to ship off Kyle Lowry, force a piece or some pieces in return. So we'll go off with the Miami Heat first. I'll start it off. I think the Heat, they're very good at retooling. I would say quick rebuilds, about 2-3 years. That is what they need to do, is get rid of Kyle Lowry. And they need to stop giving out 3 big contracts. They got Bam on a big contract, you got Jimmy on a big contract, and that Kyle Lowry contract was
Don't
awful.
forget Tyler Hero.
Yeah, Tyler Hero as well.
Don't
fucking
forget
blasphemous.
Duncan Robinson.
That's
Duncan Robinson.
You don't even play.
Bro, what?
Even Victor Oladipo as well has yet to play this season, and they gave him a decent sized contract for him coming back last season. I just think you have to ship off one of your big contracts. In this case, it's either going to be Duncan Robinson or it's going to be Kyle Lowry, and you got to bring back some pieces. That's the only way they're really going to contend. I don't see them as a contender as we get into the season, even with them fully healthy. So that's just me for the Heat and what they really need to do. We might all have the similar consensus, but that's at least what I'm gonna get into.
I think they need to pull off a super trade. They need money. That
Yeah.
end of the story. They need money. They spent all their money on the wrong people. Duncan Robinson, what got 90 mil?
5 years,
Right.
$90 million. Yep.
You like 90 mil for shooting the ball. Like, I get it. Kyle Korver
And then he
made
stopped
a
shooting the
living
ball.
off of shooting the ball, but he's not no Kyle Korver.
Not at all.
He's not no Ray Allen. He's not. And then you got Kyle Lowry. He got another big contract. I think Kyle Lowry's awesome. That's just personally. I don't like Kyle Lowry at all. Package him, Oladipo, Duncan Robinson, get rid of all that money. Somebody will take him. Really?
Oklahoma City.
OKC will take them in a heartbeat.
They're the only team that got the cap space for it at this point.
So you gotta make money. You gotta make room for some money to make some signings or to even bring in some other or even draft capital. Because it's just because do they? You know what I mean? Like, that's what the Heat got to do. Heat got to do what the Bulls got to do. Blow it up. Keep your core three. Start from scratch.
They
All
got Lowry and Robinson combining for about 45 mil this year.
Jesus.
That number's gonna go up to almost 48 mil next year. When you consider if you add Vic Oladipo in, so that's about 9 mil a year.
Oh, bro, don't even look at
Both of
24,
those.
25.
Oh yeah.
God bless.
And what's
It's
crazy,
just sad.
and the craziest thing about all of that is one of those three players are playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're paying
Well,
I
dudes
think
to do all that.
Lowry's playing better this year than he did last year, which
Yeah,
I mean
but
it's not hard to
playoff-
say, it's not hard to do.
Playoff
But
Lowry ain't there, bro.
yeah,
So
and
you
I mean
gotta
it's
ship him.
28 mil a year. He ain't
I
he ain't
can't
playing
go.
no 28 mil a year.
Thickums gotta go. Thickums gotta go.
All right.
For real.
So
Yeah.
we're pretty much all along the same lines here. We won't get in. Obviously, we could have conversations about this for hours and hours, but yeah, what you got for me?
I'll just say they need to add more depth.
Yeah,
That's
Correct.
my
if you,
biggest thing.
if
I
you
think
look,
their starting five is competitive. It's the same starting five.
But it's
they
not
had
going to win you
last
a
year.
championship.
We
Their
saw it
front
last
yeah.
year.
six, their
They
front
got-
six are very competitive.
but they got guys, you know, if they have like Max Strus is one of their was a huge contributor for them. He makes
Yeah, when we
1.8,
play the Bulls.
right?
He's
He-
good.
No, that's
I
Gabe
like
Vincent.
him.
Gabe Vincent's
Oh, that's the one.
Gabe Vincent's
Yeah.
the one that only shows up against him. Haywood Highsmith's been good. He's making less than 2 mil a year too. So you got a bunch, you got guys who aren't contributing, making 20 combined 45 mil a year, and you got guys playing for 2 mil who are contributing for you. It
Exactly.
just seems like
Yeah.
poor, management at the top there.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they're a great organization. We can't knock them. They're always
Oh, yeah.
competitive. They always find a way to turn things around
Yes.
very quickly. So Pat Riley is not one to be
Right.
patient
He knows
with
what he's
that.
doing.
So
He
yeah,
knows what
so
he'll figure it out.
yeah, next team we're gonna get into. We kind of talked about them. We touched on them a little bit before with their situation. We talked about Jalen Brunson. We talked about the team, the New York Knicks. So they're fringe right now, probably in the play-in. But again, not on the total way out. They're not far away. I'm gonna just start off. They got to get rid of Tom Thibodeau. That's really the only move that
Yes.
I'm gonna really make. You got a solid team. You got a
That's the
solid
only move,
foundation to
okay.
build around. That's the only thing that I'm going to start off with right now. And so you actually see what you have so that way the players can actually play and get some minutes. We know Tom Thibodeau, as he was the coach of the Bulls, it was towards the end of it, it was just hard to watch because there's no player development when
six guys.
there's no player development when it comes to him. So I'm going to just say Tom Thibodeau, that's the issue right now with the Knicks. They got to move on.
I think that's tough to argue with, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
I
good
mean, we're
argument,
looking at the
but
roster right now. I feel like it's pretty
It's
good.
it's not bad. I do think when you have two of your three primary scorers as mostly inefficient guys,
Uh-huh.
looking at RJ and Julius Randle. Randle has moments like, I think he's been picking it up again this year after that nightmare that was last year.
Yeah, but they got a
Um,
lot of guys that can torch that aren't.
Yeah,
getting
but
minutes.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's just, I don't know. I think they've got a lot more to like you said, talent evaluation, like who is RJ? Like they extended him, but who really is he, right?
Yep.
Then Obi has looked good in all the minutes he's played, but he's not getting big minutes.
Same with
You
Cam.
got and quickly
Cam Reddish doesn't get
McBride, Cam
minutes.
Reddish.
I like him.
Like you
Quentin
got
Grimes,
you
Eric
have a
Garcia.
great foundation
Yeah.
worth of players and a great core of young players mixed in with veterans, but if you're not playing those young players, again, we talk about it on their rookie contracts on deals that are inexpensive for teams right now in a major market. What are you doing? So
It's tough. To
that's
argue
really
with
the
that.
only thing, bro. Is Tom Thibodeau.
Send us Derek. That's another move they have to make.
Please send us Derek Rose again, please. So
I'll take Derek in a heartbeat.
100%.
I remember the last game I went to. It was Joakim Noah night, and I saw him warming up. I'm like, he's gonna give us 30. Watch. He hit his first 4 shots and didn't come back in the game. I was like, all right. Shout out Tibbs, baby. Shout out Tibbs.
It's hard to watch, bro.
He the reason why Derek tore his ACL, and he the reason why he ain't gonna tear it again. Watch that. You don't play him no more. You don't play him no more.
He said, I learned from my mistakes.
Right.
There you go. See, you got the same things, I'd imagine as well. For
Oh
the
God,
Knicks.
yeah. Like I said, I can't argue with that. I think that now that we've looked at their actual roster, it's tough to argue with. I feel like it's pretty solid players. I think it's a lot of guys that can contribute.
Had Randall been playing like he was last year, I think that would have been my first move, is get his ass out of there.
But
He's picking it back up.
Yeah.
Still,
you added
last year was
Jalen
wild.
Brunson, who's a leader,
Mhm.
somebody who's definitely brought a chip to this team. But again, when you're running 6, 7 guys only, nothing can really
Stevenson
change.
High School, baby.
Yeah.
There
Hey,
you go.
that's true.
Yeah, there you go. So the next team, again, we talked about them a little bit previously. Mavericks.
Yes. I'll go for them.
Again, it's the Luka show, but go ahead, see what you got.
I said it last week. They need a flamethrower, man. They need somebody that can play so good. They need somebody that can just consistently hit shots for Luka. I mean, they've got a couple guys that some games will torch, but then some games won't hit a single shot.
Essentially, they need Zach LaVine.
If they could get a true two guard or a true like dominant wing, you know, that really can just pull some of the pressure. Somebody who, because the thing with this team is everyone can just sag off of their guys for the most part and just kind of really clog it for Luka.
Yeah,
but he's so good at being able to handle that and change the pace and just move guys off on his own. But like if they had somebody just sitting in the corner that you just couldn't sag off of, or he's going to go 7 for 8, 8 for 9
That's
on
extra
you that
space.
night. That's extra space for Luka to now go for another 10.
D-Rob, Duncan Robinson.
Nah, he's not good. I don't think he'll do it for him. You need
he's more of a movement off screen shooter.
Let him come off. Set on
could.
Set
I mean, it could.
Everybody's sagging already.
Yeah, it could work.
Essentially, you need prime Kemba. Basically, is what they need. If they sign Kemba, they need
Clay,
prime Kemba.
somebody like that.
Yeah,
MPJ would fit perfectly off of that. Similar to
Spurs.
what he does
I think Spurs Patty would fit off of that too.
Patty Mills would be nice too. Yeah.
But I mean, in a perfect world, though, obviously the rumor mill is kind of going crazy that they're trying to get Zach LaVine. In a perfect world, that would be a great, I think, Robin to that Batman there.
Yeah, because when you look at Dallas's secondary players, Dinwiddie's more of that give me the ball ISO kind of scorer.
Yeah.
Slasher kind of guy. Christian Woods, that, you know, pick and rolly kind of, I don't know, just not like that
he
true
just doesn't
big.
play enough.
I still think it could work for them.
I think Jayson Kidd is
Tim
a little
Hardaway
bit stuck in last year after the team has made a move or two, and he's got to get guys going because I think Jaden Hardy's a good player who I think can give them a lot.
Scored 10 points in 2.
We talked him up quite a bit.
Yeah,
he scored 10 points in 2 minutes last night.
Yeah, he can score the hell out of the ball. And you got Christian Wood who can score. He's realistically a 3-level scorer. Is he efficient at all 3 levels? No, but he's a 3-level scorer. He can hit a mid-range. He can make a 3, and he's definitely good in the paint. I don't see why he's not playing close to 30 minutes a game or around even more than that. Like you're looking at the other bigs on his team. You got Maxi Kleba, who's a solid defender, and he can hit a shot here and there. You got Dwight Powell, who's like he's like you boot up 2K. He's like they give you him to start the game as your center. Right. You got David Bertans.
I don't understand that. Like why push for Christian Wood if you're not gonna play him?
Yeah, and especially JaVale McGee as well.
JaVale McGee signed and he's playing like 7 a game.
Well, I feel like JaVale McGee and Dwight Powell are so similar. Maxi Kleba and Bertans are so similar.
Well, Bertans don't even play because that man's garbage.
I don't know. I just think if they could get a true 2, somebody who can a true 2 that can play off of Luka, because I think Dinwiddie struggles to play off.
I think Hardy can be that guy. They just got to test it out. And I think
just
Kid's being a little Tibbs-ish. He's a little nervous to try something new.
Because I mean, we saw him preseason. We did talk about it.
I watched this man torch.
That boy was torching.
Yeah. Hey man, I love how get us in the front office. We make some simple stuff. Come on.
Then people start talking about contracts and shit, and we gotta be like, oh shit, wait, where's your account?
So I mean, these next 2 teams I think are pretty self-explanatory. We got the Wolves and the Lakers as the final 2. What kind of moves?
Wolves need to just hit the undo button.
Yeah, they gotta go
for real.
You gotta get that time stone.
The Wolves just need to hit the back button at the top of their computer screen and just go back to before they traded everything. I don't know what the front office thought they were doing with that, bro.
I understood the idea, right?
The
getting the defensive big to pair with your offensive big, who's typically an outside guy. And I talked about it, I think, if not last week, like the previous episode. Cat's been inside more this year than he's been in the last 3 years. Now that they have somebody that's inside the paint,
I don't get it, dude.
Like it, and again, like obviously they gave up way too much. They lost key contributors. You're looking at the roster, like you got Rudy, you got and you got Cat, you got D'Lo, and then you got a bunch of guys who like may or may not contribute.
They're
Given the
Got a
day.
mid-level
bunch of
role
50
players.
overalls on 2K.
They're not
It's
even.
just-
They're not even like quality role players.
I mean,
No.
like but it's on the day. Jordan McLaughlin is a good role player on his day, but then on the
Yes.
next day he's a negative. Nas Reed I like a lot. He's a high energy guy, but
Mhm.
again he's off the bench and then he's playing behind Cat and Rudy. Like he's not going to be able to make an impact. You got Torian Prince, who I thought had retired before last season.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers, who should be
Journeyman now.
retired.
Austin Rivers is on that team too.
Yeah.
now?
Yes, he barely plays.
Yeah,
Barely
they got
plays.
Jalen Noel. Is it Noel or Novell?
No.
He's
No-
good. He's
Noel,
a solid
yeah.
player, but again, not a difference maker. Like they don't
They-
have aside from their starting lineup, there's nobody I look at on this team. I'm like, that guy makes it. Even slow mo. I think slow mo is a
They-
very niche player, and I don't think he
Yes.
fits with this team because again, he's not a spacer, and the thing they need most. Again, I talked about it too. Jaden McDaniels starting as their small forward. What on earth, bro? They're running like it's like a hybrid combo guard, a 2 guard,
I would
a
have
4 and 2 5s.
I would have felt better with them keeping some of the players they gave up
Mhm.
and just having like Nas Reed be that center
Yeah, they didn't
Literally.
need a
rather than
big.
giving everything away.
They
They
didn't
were-
need
Rudy
it. Yeah,
to play.
And they messed
were
up
on
the
the
market for
uptick.
everybody else though.
yeah.
Like they messed up the market for everybody else.
Right.
No, that trade
That
has
was yeah.
doomed the NBA because
Right.
now any guy who's got credentials, even if everyone can see that he is very flawed and it can be easily exposed, is going to go for a bag and a half.
You
And
have to now at this
Yeah.
point. Like
well,
and
because
that's
no
what-
team's going to trade their best player and be like, well,
Rudy went for 7.
Rudy went
Yeah.
for 7 picks and 6 players and a bag of Doritos. I like, dude. It's just wild. It's kind of like it's similar to the whole Christian Kirk thing. Granted, he panned out.
Yeah,
Christian
yeah.
Kirk panned out. Christian Kirk getting 84 mil at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
We
yo,
I
questioned
still
that
don't think
contract.
he's worth the 84 mil, but
No.
now you got Devontae wants the bag. Tyreek wants the bag. Jetta's Diggs. Like, you got
changed
KD.
everything.
He was
Jefferson's about
requesting
to
a
break
trade.
records.
oh yeah,
You would have had to
Jefferson's about
trade
get a
your
big
whole
bag.
franchise to get KD from the Nets.
Mhm.
Like that's basically what Minnesota just did for the end.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then you see the fans of other teams being like, "Hey, the Bulls are in shambles. Let's go after their players. We'll give you 2 second-round picks and a bad contract and a scrub for Zach."
For Zach. And
and
now
I'm
we're
like,
to be like, okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. No, it's insane right now. Honestly, we knew from the jump that trade was gonna doom them and has doomed that future and the level that they were eventually gonna rise to.
Because they were struggling at shooting the ball. They didn't
Yeah.
have shooters.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
now whatever
You get rid of at least your
whatever little
shooters.
shooters they had, they're gone.
Yeah.
Terrible.
AE, not a shooter. I honestly think Karl Anthony Towns is the best shooter on that team.
He is.
He
And then
is.
you got
No
D'Lo, who's
bullshit.
Mr. Volume, and like on his day he can hit 7-8 threes, but on the next he'll go 1 for 9.
Another 30-point one night, 6 assists the other night at that. And it's crazy though. Lakers, we talked about them a lot. I just think it's a simple trade. They just gotta try and salvage something. They're on the uptick though, with what they did
There
in
you
the
go.
move of putting. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm getting my keywords in there for you. You know, with what I'm talking about.
They're doing
But
good.
they're on the uptick now. Obviously, with the moves that they're making internally, making AD the number 1 option. I just still think now. I think you got to keep Russ at this point. You got to trade Pat Bev, and you got to trade Pat Bev and if you could Kendrick Nunn. At least he's a young player, but he's been playing terribly. But I think you don't need Pat Beverly. I don't think you need Kendrick Nunn. You just got to try and salvage what you got at that point.
I got a crazy question for all of you. This is
Mhm.
an, like super hot question. Oh, first, let me ask this one before I ask that crazy one. Do you think if Russ runs the one with AD at the way Bron's been running the one with AD, do you think they can continue to do what they're doing?
No,
No?
like putting Russ in the starting lineup now.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, I'm saying if it comes to that, if it has to come to that, where Russ is running the one, right? And he's running it the same exact way he ran the one with Steven Adams in OKC when he was going off.
Oh, I think it'll be something that can work, but I don't think it's something that's sustainable with this Lakers team, though.
Hmm.
I really don't think
because
so.
That's what I
my
was gonna
thing
say.
is you got LeBron James, the most dominant ball player, on ball player in the league. So you're
Uh-huh.
forcing another guy like Russ to be off the ball. So my crazy question is, would you guys even play with the thought of trading Bron to try and get something crazy to help your team out even more?
I mean,
Because now,
Oh, I see what
here's
you're
how I
saying.
see
So
it.
if you trade LeBron,
if you
can
trade
Russ fill
LeBron,
that role?
Russ can get back to cooking like Russ used to cook. Now with that Bron trade, you can bring in shooters. You can
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
in more money. You can bring in more draft capital. And now, boom, now the Lakers look like they can be hooping. That's just my crazy thought. I feel like that could save the Lakers. Is it gonna happen?
No
Absolutely
chance.
not.
Yeah.
Nobody
No.
trades Bron. That's like the golden rule of basketball. But I'm just saying,
That's a damn good idea, though.
I
I
think
don't.
it's a good
yeah.
idea.
I know you were
I
teasing that.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. If you can, if as long as the return is fair or what I
Yeah.
mean, valuable, like
and it's
obviously,
it's
again,
gonna have to be. It's LeBron James. Like,
yeah,
let's
in
be
real
honest.
life, it's never gonna happen. But in this, like, if you can get,
Theoretical spin, yeah.
if you can get guys that actually complement AD and Russ, because like we've seen Russ again, not even 2 years ago on the Wizards with guys who complimented him ball out.
Yeah.
So and lead them to the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
So I think, is it a championship winning team? Probably not.
Yeah.
Is it a team that can actually win games and
Depending
get
on
to the playoffs and make some sort of run?
depending on what you get back, it could be.
Yeah.
could be a championship
competitive.
team. I'm saying.
Now,
Say
how
you
much
get
how much does LeBron go for? Even at his age, with however many, whatever, 1 or 2 years he's got left, 2 years, I think.
I say
two players, three
probably
picks, 3 players, 4 picks, something like
I
that.
wouldn't even go like that. I'd say probably 2 firsts, a couple of seconds, and probably depending
Player
on
or
player
two.
wise, 2 to 3 players, depending, probably in like the $15 to $20 million
I'd be
range,
fine
just to at
going
least
like
match.
2, 2, and 2.
Yeah,
we,
something
we're
like
saying
that.
this after Rudy went for what?
Yeah, but LeBron,
Yeah.
Rudy's at least got.
But listen, we're not Minnesota. They're stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
and
not
Rudy's
every
got 8
GM
years.
is
We ain't overpaying for this though. We ain't
right. I'm
overpaying
not
for that.
overpaying for somebody who can only block shots and not do anything else. Like I'm not
Exactly.
doing that.
All right. I like where our heads are at. We're putting our GM hats on. So we went through that. So now I think this one's gonna be really juicy. I know I kind of failed you guys with the names last week for our Would You Rather with Zach Levine. You guys were expecting
Hey, this is it. This
some
is
bigger
topping off
names
the
here.
epi, man.
Oh, bro,
This is, bro. So this is gonna be
this is the ender.
this is our last
The
segment
closer.
here for the NBA portion that we got. So I'm running another Would You Rather, but this one's gonna be Jayson Tatum edition.
Your MVP, right?
My MVP. So, would you rather, Jayson Tatum edition, would you rather have Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
I knew this was gonna get spicy.
Give me Tatum.
I'll take JT. I got JT.
Jason Tatum. I don't care. I
I'm
don't
not
care
gonna let
what
one
the.
bad
I don't
finals.
care what the casuals say.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 bad finals and he was hurt. Like on it, his shooting hand was hurt. I can't get him. I
Wasn't it
can't get him for
shoulder?
that.
Those
Hand and
episodes we did
shoulder.
just us, right?
It was a shoulder,
Yeah.
right? Shoulder. It's something on his shooting arm was hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shooting shoulder.
Okay. All right. I'm surprised y'all all went JT on that one. I was actually gonna choose Jaylen Brown, to be honest.
So, but you have JT as your MVP.
I do. Hey, I got spicy things
Bro,
up. I got spicy.
you make no sense. Just like
He
man, I'm gonna
contradicts
keep it alone.
himself.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr, top 10 QB. Come on now. Hey, 3 in a
Derek
row.
Carr, Hall of Fame QB, the Hall of Fame QB.
There you go. Next one here. Would you rather have Jayson Tatum or Paul George?
No,
I'm taking JT.
I'm taking PG.
Are you fucking
I
kidding me
love
right
Paul
now?
George.
I'm taking. I do. Anybody named Playoff P and doesn't perform in the playoffs, I can't go. can't go.
So they called him
That
Pandemic
one's
P.
easy for me. I'm giving Jason Tatum.
If he can stay healthy, Paul George is one of the.
Is
his
not
top
Jason Tatum though. No, he is not.
Not
Did you
anymore.
watch him last season when he was healthy and didn't have another superstar?
For what, a month?
He was healthy for like 2.5, 3 months.
Ooh.
Where's UCL?
What NBA season were you watching?
He was averaging
2013?
like 20.
Bro, what are you
like,
talking
He was
about?
averaging
For
like
like a
28
month.
and 7. Something
Tatum's
like
when
that.
he was
averaging
number 24.
31.
When he was number 24.
It was last season before he
He
tore
did.
his
Bro,
UCL.
Oh
Stop.
God, that's awesome.
Top 5?
Last
That's
season,
awesome.
yeah. He was
Hey, that's-
better than Tatum last season
No, he
That's
wasn't.
a
until he
spike.
got hurt.
That's
Yes, he was.
Bro, for
That's
an
a spike.
entire 82, I'm talking about.
Okay, well,
that's a
You're
spicy
getting
one
somebody
right there,
for a whole
Vitor.
82.
there's the difference
PGA
between
never
30
averaged 30 for a whole 82.
That's a spicy one
Never
there,
been
Vitor.
close
Vitor.
to that.
Does Tatum?
Vitor,
Yes!
Did he
hey,
get 30 last year? Because you called this what 24 games, 82?
It's longer than your Paul George month stint.
Oh
Come
God.
on, bro.
He did
Paul
not
hey,
George-
play a month.
Paul George can't even get on the court. He like
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot,
18
Vitor.
this year?
This year, I think he's at
If he's lucky?
23,
Yeah.
22, 23,
Wow.
something like that.
Next one I got. Would you rather have Jayson Tatum or Anthony Davis?
Oh. See, now we'll be
Yeah, spicy with this one.
it's because
I
AD's
gotta
the better
go JT.
player.
He's healthier more. He's on
That's
the
the
floor
thing.
more. I gotta
AD's
go
the better
JT.
player, but JT's
I gotta go JT. Longevity, availability.
okay.
and
Well,
just
when you say
as a-
longevity,
yeah.
he's still
on
he's
the
still
floor,
young.
I gotta go JT.
All right.
We're talking about-
give out my Paul George
We're-
spiel without picking.
Yeah,
And go ahead and
see,
pick AD. Now can I? Give me JT.
I-
No, Anthony Davis is definitely
Anthony
the
Davis
better
is the
all
better
around player,
player.
but I can't fuck with that
Nah,
availability
fuck the
right now.
availability. I'm going better player.
Give
me AD.
You're gonna have a
availability.
bench.
Keyword.
I'm gonna have
That's the
my team of
5%.
full of oh.
That's terrible.
Okay. All
Be like
right.
fantasy football. all
Who'd you
over
got?
again.
Who do you
You
got?
doing- is
Danny?
it? This is right now.
Yes. Yeah, it always is.
Nah, give me Jason Tatum. Give me Jason Tatum.
Okay.
He just
C's is
Yeah,
I
on.
back
had
to back
Tatum. I
40
had
times.
Tatum as my third in MVP right now.
All right. I like it. I like it. Would you rather have Jayson Tatum or Jimmy Buckets?
That's dumb. I'm taking JC.
JT.
taking
That's
Tatum.
terrible.
JT.
Jason Tatum.
Dang, I thought that
Well,
was a good
I
one.
love Jimmy, but he's like 33 and he
Okay.
can't shoot a 3-pointer.
Okay.
He also
He's the-
misses 20 to
I think
40
he's
games
so
a season
overrated.
as well.
I agree.
This-
Really? I don't think he's
Okay.
overrated. I think he's one of those
I
guys
think he is slightly overrated.
Okay.
For somebody who carries himself the way he does.
I think it's because he does it in the moments, kind of like Kawhi.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
What?
did you
Kawhi is a
not-
finals MVP
Yes,
and a
and-
champion.
Yeah,
Jimmy
where did
you
Butler
fucking
hasn't
just
even
put Jimmy-
sniffed the ring.
Yeah,
he
what are
was
you
in
talking about?
he was in the finals.
Yeah, but did he win the finals?
No, but he was
Did
and he was
perform that
arguably
well
the
in
best
finals?
player.
No.
Hey,
Granted,
he
it was
was
a bubble
sni- hey.
finals.
He also dropped single digits in 2 of those games.
That's
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
was-
saying. You can't.
He was
nah, I
sniffing
can't
it
go-
though. Vito, I'm
was
with you.
sniffing
He
it.
was
He
sniffing
was
it.
sniffing
He
it.
was sniffing
He was
it. on
And
that
it
sniffing
was
one.
off
right.
his back because that team wasn't good.
They lost
That's
off his
true.
back too.
Just
Yeah,
because no
that's
one else
true.
could do anything. So if he didn't have a great game, it's the same shit that happened against Boston. If he didn't have a
Kawhi's done
great
it
game, they
multiple- Kawhi's
lost.
done it. That was a terrible.
Kawhi did it with
Multiple
Toronto.
times.
No, I know, but I'm saying Jim, y'all are discrediting Jimmy here. If he
But
didn't do
what
it,
are
no
we
one else
discrediting
did.
him?
He's done it for one run.
He got
That-
to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
But you compared him to Kawhi Leonard. He got there with
I'm
the
just saying-
Spurs
I'm just
twice,
saying the
3
style.
times. He got
I'm
there
just
by
saying that-
himself with the
No,
I'm not talking
Raptors.
they're the same level. I'm talking in the similar style of how they do it in the moments, and that's why people respect them so much.
I don't got
They
no-
turn up when it matters.
Nah,
When
I
they
can't go.
put
my
the team on
respect
their
for
back.
Kawhi is a lot
Dang.
higher.
Most people.
Man,
do.
I'm causing
lot
causing
higher.
arguments out here. I like
It's a
it.
lot
Well,
higher.
you're prompting me to start arguments.
I
That's
know.
actually what's happening.
Next one I got here on the list. I got about a handful. I got
Just
about
say
a handful
DeMar
more.
so we can pick Tatum already. God damn it.
Yeah, please.
I hope that's
Ju-
not on the list.
No, it is. I didn't include DeMar on that
Thank
on this
God.
list. So, would you rather have Jayson Tatum or LeBron James?
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, at this stage, I'm taking Tatum over 37-year-old LeBron.
Listen,
Man, I love LeBron, but
5 years ago, give me Braun.
I would have taken. I would have
5
taken
3 years
LeBron-
ago.
I would have taken LeBron James last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
even last year. Even
I
last
would
year,
have taken LeBron James.
Nah, he
last
started
year.
getting hurt last year.
I would have taken LeBron James last year.
All right,
Yeah,
JT
but I
Queen
gotta
I
go
Sweep
think
there.
this is the year where you're seeing it finally catch
Father
up a little
Time's
bit.
finally catching up to the
It's
man.
catching up a little bit.
Okay, all right, I respect that. Last
They
four
wouldn't
here I
have a
got for you
commercial
guys.
with it if it wasn't true.
Yeah, very true.
That's very true.
Last four that I got here for you guys. Gonna be real interesting, I think.
Uh-oh.
Jayson Tatum or John Morant.
Oh, that
I'll
one's
take
that's the
Tatum.
first real tough one.
I still got JT.
He didn't hesitate.
No,
I
he
still got
didn't.
JT.
I thought.
God, Jaws hitting like 2 threes a game this year.
I still got JT because JT's done more. For JT's
He's
done
older.
more.
He's older.
Okay,
He's
he's
been in the
still
league
done
longer.
more.
He's a
He still
little
he did
older.
more in his rookie year than John Morant did in his rookie year.
That's
Other than
very
win
true.
rookie of the year.
That's very true.
Some solid.
Jayson Tatum went to the conference finals his rookie year with Kyrie and almost won. He almost went to the finals his
How did
rookie
they-
year.
How
He
did
dunked
they
on
get that
LeBron
pick?
James.
How did they get that? Was that their pick or
I
was
got
that a
you.
traded
I think
pick,
they
right?
traded
Was that the Nets
Kyrie
pick?
after that year?
Nets was that not the
Yes.
Nets pick from
They
the,
traded Kyrie in the
the
offseason.
Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett bullshit?
Mhm.
Ah,
I
You
got
got
JT.
B.
Oh fuck, dude, that's hard.
that's really hard. I'm still thinking.
I got JT. For the simple fact he's more of a winner.
I'm gonna
In
pick
my in my
JT
eyes.
because the Grizzlies went 18-2 without Ja last year, whatever the hell that was.
They're doing it again this
Yeah.
year.
I know.
Like how I just don't understand. I love Ja. He's a great player. He's amazing. He's a freak athlete. He's gifted.
Mhm.
And he's getting better, which is always
He's getting
good to see.
better, but his team is better without him on the floor. It just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, now they don't even got Bane, and they're still able to
still
pull off
winning.
wins. Like
You-
Taylor
you
Jenkins,
see, I
he got
just,
that coach of the year last year.
I still haven't heard anything from you two, so
I'll take
still
I
waiting.
said I took JT because
JT.
of the record
I
without.
will double down on that.
Oh,
Alright.
guys,
Alright.
you know how we
Clean
talked
sweep.
about the Timberwolves needing shooting? They're signing Matt Ryan on a 2-way contract.
God
That's
damn.
gonna solve all their problems.
They're down bad right now.
they should
Next
probably sign
one.
the NFL Matt Ryan too, because that guy ain't do shit in the league.
Might as well.
Might
Next
as well
one.
give him a
I
contract
have a
too.
couple in my head that I'm hoping you throw out.
Next one I got. Would you rather have Jayson Tatum or Joel Embiid?
Embiid.
Embiid.
Isaac would be screaming Embiid's name at the top of his lungs right now. If he was here.
Man, y'all
Embiid.
did that quick, really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Embiid.
they just dropped like 49 yesterday or something like that, a day or two ago.
Embiid
something.
just he's a beast. He's just
So y'all two got Embiid.
Man, but we
okay.
talk about somebody not doing anything though. He ain't got no accolades either.
Same
he
amount of
definitely don't got no accolades.
Yeah,
You're
but he's
right.
got
Same amount of
more
accolades.
finals appearances, more Eastern Conference Finals appearances.
or Embiid has more second place MVP.
I think
vote.
I'm going solely based off of dominance. I feel like that's why I can
That's our
lean
argument
towards
for the
Embiid.
MVP last year.
Okay.
Where's he at?
True, he was in the MVP race last year too. JT wasn't.
Christian, you look like you have.
That
you look
one's
like-
good.
That's a good one. I gotta go based off of dominance.
Oh man,
I really
that's
do.
better than the Jaw one.
32, 10, and 5 with 1 steal, 2 blocks, and a 3. per game.
Dude, that's so good.
Where's
Gosh. Give me Jayson Tatum.
Okay.
He stuck with JT.
31, 8, and 4 with 1 steal, 1 block, and 3.5 threes.
Okay.
I don't like what I'm seeing from Embiid so far this year.
I mean, I think it would help if the fact his 2 other competent players didn't get hurt.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that would help.
Like he's literally playing alone, damn near.
Harden came back.
All right.
Yeah, he just
So we
came
got
back
two.
last game.
We got two for Embiid, one for JT on that one.
And Embiid
The
drops
next
40
one,
plus.
Next one I
39.
got. You guys
That's a
are probably
39,
gonna.
okay.
You guys are probably gonna say this one's. I think it's probably gonna be an obvious answer. I thought this one is a lot closer, at least like individual player wise. But would you rather have Jayson Tatum or Luka Doncic?
Oh, it's Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's close. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Then the last one I got.
Okay,
rather-
it's close. It is close.
No,
It is
let's
close.
not
It's
disrespect
close, but it's
Jayson
not
Tatum.
close.
Hold on.
It's just not usage close. Essentially, is what we're.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
think
but
that matters.
would you give Tatum that like historic usage rate?
Who knows? You have to see.
You never
Oh,
know because he's got
we never know.
Brown,
Yeah.
just what's
Yeah.
tough.
And smart and
So then
a coach.
the last one I got, I think this one is pretty spicy.
Come on.
It better be
Shout
spicy.
out Shout out to Isaac Moore. Would you rather have Jason Tatum or Devin Booker?
Oh, that's
Jason
good.
Tatum.
JT.
I'm never gonna pick a
What?
guy. I'm never gonna pick a guy who complains about double teams. Never. Never. Never gonna pick a guy who complains about double teams. I gotta go JT.
One for
That one
JT.
is good.
I
man.
respect Devin Booker's game, but Tatum has better stats with a better teammate taking shots as well. Like Book ain't got no Jaylen Brown to score close to 30 next to him. He's got to do it all, and his numbers are still lower than Tatum's.
Chris has been stumped these last 3.
Man,
right
I'm
here.
gonna give a.
I like to
might
not
have
think
give
about
a
it.
clean sweep. I'm
I
gonna
li-
give Jason Tatum.
I like to let my gut
Alright.
reaction.
Aside from the Luka Doncic one, but that's because I think
Yeah.
Luka's the best player in the league.
Okay.
Honestly,
Yeah,
yo,
absolutely.
low key, you know what? That low key opened my eyes. I think I got Tatum as like top 5 player in the league.
100%.
Pretty much.
Playing like it this year.
Holy
He's
shit!
he's my number 2 in the MVP race.
I definitely had him
much.
out of the top 5 last year.
Yeah. But
Huh?
that's
Who
that's
was
how
your
it
top
works.
5
It's
last
a
year?
really,
Who would you
it's a
say was
really
your top 5
year to
last year?
year thing.
Last year,
Steph,
Steph,
Luka,
Luka, Jokic,
Embiid,
Embiid, KD, LeBron,
Giannis, all of them.
Giannis.
Giannis, yeah.
Yeah, that 4 or 5 spot.
So who do you got? Who's your top 5 this year?
Luka,
Steph, you said
Luka,
before.
I would say Luka, Giannis, Steph, JT. And honestly, I don't even care. I think those
Jokic?
4 are clear.
Yeah. Because you had
Jokic
finished
Jokic
it
just
off.
dropped
you-
a bit.
Yeah, you finished it off with what you said earlier was when we did our top 5 originally before the season started. Obviously, it was you said most of us said it was Steph and Luka 1-2. Obviously, was a
I
flip
would
flop.
think Joel's up there still.
Yeah. You had Jokic at 3, you had Luka at 4, and then you had Bron at 5.
I
Before the
know
season
last year I
started.
definitely had Bron up there, but I didn't think Father Time
Yeah.
would sweep them legs out from him real quick.
Yeah, that's what you had, which is what we most of us had,
Tatum's
so.
definitely top 5 this year.
Did
right
I
now.
did I at least include what you were asking for, Christian?
No,
did
I
do
had.
that?
I was hoping you'd pick Steph.
Oh,
Oh no, I
was
think
hoping
that I
you'd throw
think
Steph out there.
I think Steph is clears that, no problem. I think he
Okay.
is. Yeah,
I would've
think
thought
Steph
about
over
it for a
JT. That's
while.
what you're saying? Is that what we just
Yes.
said?
I would have had to
Yes.
think about that. I think.
No,
Steph
I
over
think
JT.
I
Of
got
all
Steph
people?
too. I got
That's
Steph
tough.
too.
Yeah, I
I
got
don't know.
Steph
Maybe
too, bro.
maybe I think maybe
Maybe-
JT's fucking. Maybe I've been sleeping on him.
Yeah, I think so. So
the fact that he plays
But-
for one of my least favorite teams doesn't help. But
yeah,
I like the Celtics.
I don't.
I like the Celtics.
and it's not even like the players on the Celtics. Like I think I like almost every player on the Celtics, except for maybe Al
I
Horford. 'Cause
respect
fuck
the
that guy.
Celtics a lot. I used
But-
to fanboy Celtics with the old
Yeah,
head.
It's just
K3.
it's the
KG,
actual
Paul
bro,
Pierce, Ray
KG, I
Allen,
think is what helped me
Rondo.
really
I'm
like the
rocking with it.
Celtics.
it's the actual
Yeah.
like Celtics that I just don't like. It's like it could be anyone on the roster. I just don't like the Celtics.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
all right. Well, that was good. I'm glad I trumped you guys a little bit, or at least
The
Christian.
Joel one was really hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like
So-
Tatum a lot though.
Joel, I like Tatum a lot. I chose Tatum a lot, but I thought Joel was pretty. I'm just thinking, man, like if he really wanted to, and I feel like he can. I just feel like his situation doesn't allow him to. I feel like he can average triple double easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Joel.
Joel? I don't want to say triple double.
I think
think
with
he could
his
have a triple
gravity, he's capable of just kicking out, but he prefers to go for the foul. He
Right.
prefers to get the foul call rather than just kicking out to an open teammate.
But that's what I'm
Because
saying.
I think
If
he's
he
also used
wanted
his
to,
teammates missing.
that's what I'm saying. If he wanted to, I feel like he could go out there and average a triple double.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Joel's good,
Hey,
man.
it was a good list. I came prepared this week for you guys. I came prepared this week. So, but that ends the NBA. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it doesn't. We got some MLB real quick to talk
Well,
about.
you did say the NBA ends the NBA portion, so you weren't wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, that does end the NBA portion.
You're
there,
not
so,
wrong.
I'm still stumped.
Yeah,
Those
we
were- some of
still,
those were good.
He's gonna be lying
Vaccine-
in bed like, "Yeah, do I really want to pick Jason Tatum?"
Right. He's
Yeah.
gonna come up.
But the last segment that we're gonna talk about here real quick is the MLB. So obviously, a lot of signings have been underway. Trey Turner signed an 11-year deal with the Phillies. Jacob deGrom signed a 5-year deal with the Texas Rangers. Justin Verlander going from the Houston Astros to the Mets.
Boo.
You know, Anthony Rizzo back to the Yankees. Edwin Diaz signed a 5-year deal with the Mets. Jose Abreu breaks my
To the
heart
Stros.
going to the Astros from the White Sox.
Sound the
Christian,
trash cans, baby.
what you got for the signing so far, Christian?
What do you want? My favorite one or?
Well, whatever. You got a favorite one or at least a decent one. I know there's still a lot of players unsigned right now.
Correa
But
being one of them.
yeah, Carlos
Yeah, I think,
Correa.
Contreras being
I
another
think out
one.
of the big ones, I didn't really like the whole DeGrom move. That was
Mhm.
fucking annoying because now he's just why?
I
It's
think
like
at that
the
point he
worst
just
team
went
in
for the
baseball,
money.
bro. It's
I
so
think he went for the
bad.
money. Had to be.
And then you made a good point that there's no tax or whatever.
Yeah, no state
Yeah.
income tax.
So he's
Yeah.
whatever he gets, he gets.
That's why
Mhm.
Tyreek went to Miami.
I don't know, dude. I think that shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie when I saw that.
Yeah, it sucks when you see one of the best players in a sport
Go to the
decide
worst team in
just
the league.
yeah. Well, it's just decide to not care. It's like it just ruins it. I've seen so
When
many
they-
athletes choose the money and
Yeah.
just like
Mhm.
fall off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I mean, I see the money. I can see it, but like at that point now, it looks like you just don't care if you win or not.
I don't like it.
Yeah. The one for
That was
me that
probably
I'm
my least favorite.
yeah, the one I mean, obviously my least favorite, but I see why he did it. Jose Abreu, just going with that one. That one hit home right there. But it was what the Astros needed, especially if he is still able to build upon what he's done the last couple of years.
Stupid.
Really solidify that first base spot for them at least for 3 years. It's just that lineup is just stacked
Oh, God.
at that point. So
And
that's all I'm saying.
they're still after Contreras.
Yes,
They want to get
somehow.
Contreras. I don't know how they're still in the mix for Contreras.
They did twice.
There's a lot of teams still in the mix for Contreras, and that's gonna hit home for me. I love Willie.
Yes,
Dude, what the Cardinals are in? I would hate to see them go there. The
Cardinals.
Padres are in on them.
Oh, I
I
hate
think-
the Padres.
The Stros are in on them. Dude, there's still a lot of names out there still.
What do we think about Trey?
Trey going to the Phillies.
Yeah.
He turned down the largest shortstop deal to ever be made. It was like 11 years or something like that. He turned it down, and to
From
go
the
sign with
Dodgers,
Philly.
right?
From the
Padres.
The
From the
Padres.
Padres.
Padres
I think it
gave
was
up-
just. I think it was just more so.
I
of
kind of
him
wish he would
going
have
to-
taken that to slap
Yeah.
Tatis in the face.
I think it was
Well,
more so
I mean,
just
he's
to
going
go.
to be moving to the outfield or something anyway. 'Cause
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Can't feel.
I think it
For
was
their sake.
I think it was just more of a good move for him because he wanted to go and play with Bryce. I know him and Bryce had that connection, especially back when they were playing for the Nationals for a couple of years or so. I just think that's really what he wanted to do, and especially in a place where he's comfortable in the NL East, and that was the rumor that he did want to go back out. So I think it was a pretty good signing for him, and again, shows that the Phillies are serious. We saw within the first couple of years that Bryce wanted them to spend the money the right way, bolster the lineup, and I think they did just that, especially with a contact hitter, and especially if he can find that home run stroke like has had 20 plus home runs in the last couple of years, or at least the last 3 years, if not, close to it numbers wise. But I think it was a great signing for him. Great defensive shortstop there. And again, the bat's just a bonus on top of that as well.
He's also aggressive. He's also a great outfielder. Like, he's a utility
and a base
guy.
stealer. And
And especially with the new rules that they're adding this year too.
Mhm.
He's
Bigger
gonna
bag.
Yes.
He's
So-
gonna eat. He's gonna eat.
Yeah, and giving Bryce a guy who can get on base consistently, so that a lot of these solo
That boy
shots
about
turn
to
into
have like
2-run
120 plus.
Because the amount of solo
Well,
shots Bryce has is
he's Bryce is actually gonna miss about half the season.
Is
He
that
has
what they
surgery,
said?
Yeah, he's getting basically elbow surgery, so he's gonna be missing half of the season or
He's
so.
getting
So we
Tommy.
won't find.
I
I don't know if they officially called it Tom. I don't know if it was like the official Tommy John surgery, but it's along the line. So where he's gonna miss at least half. But I know Tommy John, he might have had to stay out a little bit longer. But yeah,
He
he'll be.
sat out half of last season too.
Yeah, exactly. So he'll be back, but I think they'll be better prepared without him, and they'll be more consistent. Especially with that coach that they got, they brought him back. We'll just have to go out and see. But that's just my main one. We'll get more into that obviously as the winter goes on, and the winter meetings go on and more players get signed, and that way we can actually gauge. Aaron Judge is obviously the big one that we're all waiting on. That's the big fish right there.
Well, apparently it's he agreed He like verbally committed. It was like a verbal commitment to sign with the Giants.
This fucking college
I'm-
football.
Yeah, I ain't believing
Come
anything
on,
until I
Aaron.
see the
Yeah.
breaking
Come on,
news.
Aaron.
I ain't believing anything until I see the
it's too
breaking
easy
news.
to.
It's
It's
been
too easy to
reported.
just.
Said
Yeah, I
Aaron
mean-
Judge agrees to sign, but
And it was John Heyman too, who's credible. Like it's not
Yeah.
like some
It's
random.
not
It's
like
not
it's
Buck
just
Crack
complete
Sports
BS.
tweeting it
Yeah.
Hey, you leave them alone.
But-
It's a
out.
sound company. You're trying to do the big things.
Yeah, bro. But
Justin
yeah, I mean,
Verlander?
hey, I like it. I
Years
mean,
to the
you got
Mets?
he got the bag. Reuniting him with Max Scherzer, I like it. You had to replace him some way or another, and why not with the Cy Young from last year? So I mean, why not?
And I mean, like you lose the Grom, you got Scherzer. I mean,
43 million or what? 36 annual average. What is this?
43
said-
annual average for Verlander, and then he has a $35 million
Yes.
vesting
Yeah.
option in the
And,
third
I
year.
believe it's 49 million owed to Scherzer this year. So that's about 90
that
92
baseball money
million?
ain't
Yeah.
no joke.
92 million between your two starters.
Then you get guys like Kyler picking football, and he sucks. So he should just could
Should've
have got
stuck with
that
baseball, my boy.
10-year, $300 million
He wasn't-
guaranteed.
Man, he wasn't even that good at baseball.
Yeah.
He wasn't great.
Bro was
But,
just a fast center fielder.
Yeah, basically, he just got speed at that point. So
Yeah, he's
But,
another Billy Hamilton. What? At least he's getting some love in the NFL, kind of.
You leave Billy the kid alone.
Hey, I love Billy, but I wish he stayed a Cub. I wanted him to stay a Cub.
He's
Well,
been
like,
he's been on half of the league teams in the league.
Listen, but he was killing it when he was playing with us. He was killing it.
it was, bro.
I just
But,
hope. I just hope that. I hope
He's
the
a home
Cubs
run
sign
hitter,
Correa.
baby.
I hope the Cubs sign Correa. I just hope they don't give him all of our money.
Well, that might be the
Even
case.
though that's probably not going to happen. It's either we give him the bag, we give him everything we have left, and that's it, or we don't get him at all.
Yeah, right.
I can't imagine him taking any
Yeah, I'm
less.
excited between Correa and Xander. I'm excited to see what happens for them.
The fact that you guys are even in the market for like big names already is kind of wild to me.
It is crazy considering there's still a lot of Cubs. I feel like that are going to be on the way out.
Yeah, it still feels like you guys are doing the like first part of the rebuild, but you're like trying to get to the second part.
I feel like we're trying to skip the whole thing. Like I think we're
Yeah.
just trying to go now. We got all this money. We got rid of Hayward. I don't know if we're still paying Zobrist. I don't know about that because ever since his wife left him, I don't know what happened.
Bro, this
Like
shit's
he
crazy.
fell off the face of the earth. So I know we were paying it for a little bit, but all these big name contracts are gone. Contreras is gone now, so we don't have to pay him because there's no way he's coming back. I don't think so. I think he's on his way out. There's too many better teams than our team for him to stay.
Yeah. Chris is gone.
Chris is gone. Rizzo's gone. We got no real pitching.
Javi's
so we're not
gone,
paying any
yeah.
pitchers. We're not paying any closers.
You ain't paying
Oh,
nobody.
I think Morrow's contract is over too. We've been paying him, and he only like suited up once.
Ain't that the Raiders tight end?
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God, Brandon Morrow. Oh my God, I don't understand. Like the closer, dude. Cubs
It's a
made some
lot.
boneheaded moves.
It's a lot. It's a lot,
It,
bro.
dude, yeah, it's
Gotta
a lot.
bring
What
it.
about y'all? What are y'all doing?
The
What
Sox don't do
you
anything.
reading? What you reading?
The
I'm not
Sox
reading,
don't
bro.
do
I took a
anything.
step
That's-
back after.
Yeah, that's another thing that I'm
500,
sure.
to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna wait till everything is
We're gonna
over. Maybe
find
till the
out.
season starts. We're gonna push that as
See
far
who's
back as
coaching
possible.
all entirely.
Bring back Ozzy.
See who's
Nah,
coaching is a step. Signing a bunch
Yeah.
of players who ain't playing for nobody at the moment. So
Exactly. But we'll just have to wait and see, man. But that brings an end to our NBA and MLB portion of this episode for the part number 2 of episode number 25. Again, Mikey, appreciate you taking time out of your day, joining us.
Appreciate
We'll
y'all.
definitely
Appreciate y'all.
have you back on again soon.
Yee.
When we get it all figured out.
Let me
We'll
know.
be
I'm always
hopeful.
ready.
We'll hopefully have Isaac back next week for you guys. So then that way, next week when he does get back on, we got a good juicy segment for you guys.
we're gonna
For the
keep
NBA
saving the
portion.
draft.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep
rolling
saving
over.
Pushing it back,
We're gonna-
baby.
Yeah, we're gonna keep saving the draft. We want to wait till Isaac gets back so that way we can just do a full crew draft and see who has the best team and all that as well. But again, thank you guys for downloading. Thank you guys for listening. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is free to subscribe. You don't got to pay for it. It'd be really nice if you guys can subscribe to that. Leave any comments on any videos. Again, the videos are shorter, so that way you guys can actually enjoy it more. It's more attentive to if you guys are looking for NFL, NBA, anything like that. But we will talk to you guys next week. Again, be on the lookout for the episodes. Again, Wednesday mornings and then also Friday mornings as well with our second portion that'll be uploaded there for you guys. Again, check out all of our socials, our TikTok, Instagram, or live on there. But Mikey, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you guys
Much
again.
love.
And
Of course,
enjoy the
y'all.
rest of your week, guys. Have a great rest of the week, and we will see you guys next week with episode number 26. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Woo!